heard that you need a SIRET number in order to start freelancing or trading in France, but you don't quite know where to get one of those. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining what is a SIRET number, what you're going to be using it for, and how you can get one of those SIRET numbers. So let's start with what is a SIRET number. Well, it's a unique 14-digit number that will actually help identify your business in France, and it shows us that it is a fully officially registered business in France, which is why you always ask for one of those when you start trading or working with someone. So you might have heard about SIRET, S-I-R-E-T, and SIREN, S-I-R-E-N, and it's quite confusing as to what is what. So basically a SIREN number is the shorter version of the SIRET number. It's a 9-digit number, and it's still your unique business ID number, but when you in a hurry or you just want to say, oh, what is your business ID, we tend to just give the SIREN number, the first 9 digits. The SIRET number actually refers to the specific site where you are. Well, you might say, well, Valerie, I'm freelancing, I'm on my own. Or whatever, anyone in the SIRET number, the last 5 digits number refer to the location as to where you are. So when we see SIRET number with 14 digits, the last 5 numbers refer to where you are. And let's say, for instance, I'm working here, I'm in Normandy, and tomorrow I want to open another site in Lille, and I have another office. The SIREN will remain the same because it's still the same business, but the SIRET number will change. The last 2 digits will refer to the office in Lille, and we tend to talk about établissement. Think of it as, well, the easiest one is establishment, because the site is basically where are you based. So I have like the head office, which is where I am. I might have another site somewhere else. So even though you're working on your own as a freelancer, the SIRET is the full number with the exact site. Think of it as being the headquarters. And if you move somewhere else, or if you have another location, then the last digits might change. Now, what will you use your SIRET number for? So I've just given you a few clues in the first section. Basically, you're going to be using this on anything which are your business legal papers. So when you register and you have your official papers, it will be on there. If you sign a contract with a customer, you want it to be on there. If you do a quote, an invoice, your SIRET number has to be on there. And also remember to add it on your legal mentions on your website where you have your terms and conditions and your legal mention. You have to add your name, surname, address, and the business SIRET number. Now, you may also want to use this with your customers and partners in order to prove that you're an official business in France. So the obvious one that you might have are, first of all, your bank manager. If you want to open a dedicated bank account for your business, they will ask for your SIRET number or an INSEE attestation or a CABIS attestation, and you can watch the next video where I'll show you where to get one of those. If you also want to set up a liability insurance for your business, you will use that SIRET number to give to your insurer so that they can again check that you're legal and do a quote for your liability insurance. If you have a gîte and you register whether you're professional or non-professional, or we call it LMNP, non-professional gîtes, when you trade on Airbnb, they're going to ask you for your SIRET number to make sure that you are legal. Then as you start trading, you might be using Wise, PayPal, Stripe for payments for your business. And again, after a while, they should be asking you for your SIRET number because it's a way for them to ensure that you are fully legal in France, that you are paying your taxes. And the last one, which will also be useful for you if you're a non-European citizen, to renew your visa, you will also have to prove that your business is officially registered. So you will want to have your SIRET number, but more about this, what you will want to have is an updated version of your extrait CABIS or INSEE attestation. And again, you can watch the next video where I'm showing you where you can get one of those, because usually when you renew a visa, you want an attestation which is less than 3 months to show that your business is still active. Now, the last way of using the SIRET number is for you when you start working. You might actually be using it with your partner. So for instance, you are working with someone, you might do some subcontracting and have somebody working with you. You want to ensure they are fully legal and registered in France. In that case, you ask for the SIRET number and you go and check on societe.com to make sure they are still active. Again, if you're preparing an invoice, if you're working B2B, you normally have to add your partners or your customers' business ID. So if you're working B2B in France, you would need to add the SIRET number of that company on your invoice. If you're trading outside of Europe, you would look for what is the closest version of the business ID number. So it might be something different in Ireland, in the US, in South Africa, but look for the business ID because that's what we want to move towards long term. That's what France is moving towards. Now, the last question, which is the most important one, is where do you get one of those SIRET numbers? Well, basically, moving on the serious stuff here, getting a SIRET number means that you are registering a French business, which means either you're registering a full business as a freelancer, or you're registering a subsidiary or a branch office of a foreign business, but you are going to that step of declaring the business. And this means that you're going to be registering either as a sole trader, a freelancer, in France it would be entreprise individuelle or micro-entrepreneur, or whether you are creating a French incorporated business such as EARL, SARL, SAS, SASU, which are the equivalent of the UK Limited and the American LLC. When you go and register the business, you will get the SIRET number once it's been validated. So the main thing is you don't want to pick a business type randomly, so make sure you take the time to think about which kind of business are you going to go for. Do you want to be a sole trader? Do you want to have more of a stronger base with an incorporated business? Take your time, and if you need help with this, you can book a power hour with me. I will add a link above and also in a comment where we can book an hour to discuss about your ideal setup, your taxes, to help you make a decision. So once you know this, basically you're going to go and register your business with INPI. INPI is the national body that actually is the main hub for all business registration. You register there, and in the back, it just sends it back to the body that you relate to, whether it's greffe du tribunal, whether chambre d'agriculture, chambre de métier, chambre de commerce. So you just see the front end, and basically the business registration is handled at the back. And if you need some help to register your business, then you can get in touch with me, especially if you are a micro-entrepreneur, as this is one of my key services. Voilà, you know what is a SIRET number and how to get one. À bientôt!